So, hello everyone. I welcome you all to Experience Humanities. So, today we'll be discussing History Class 12, first chapter, Greek Speeds and Boats. This is basically about the Harappan Civilization, how the first wave of urbanization took place, and people started moving towards the urban phase of life. So, let's start. The first thing is beginning. Now, what is beginning? Beginning refers to how things started. Okay, what were the findings? What people got from as an evidences, etc. So we got an evidence of agriculture, pastoralism. There were large-scale burning sites which gave many certain facts that were required, and there were certain settlements that were abandoned. So there were certain things that were present at that point also. So all these things gives a kind of a view how that those things could have been. Okay. How the particular place could have been. Okay. So basically, when we move on, we have subsistence strategies. Now, what is subsistence strategies? Now, people did work फॉर फुलफिलिंग देयर बेसिक नीड्स. छोटी छोटी जरूरतें को पूरा करने के लिए जो काम वे लोग करते थे, they can be anything, that is whether it can be agriculture, whether it can be what you call that pastoralism, all these things. So basically these small needs जिनको पूरा करने के लिए ये लोग काम करते थे, that is what is called subsistence strategies. Okay. So we find many of these strategies as agriculture is there. We find the evidences of wheat, millet, chickpea, etc. There were evidences of the animal bones which give us an estimate that there might be, hunting and gathering of foods. Fish bones were present. So fishing can be also done. So all this gives a kind of a view that these were the subsistent, these were strategies. ये यूज हो रहा था उनके बेसिक नीड्स को पूरा करने के लिए. When we talk about in Harappan civilization. Now, agricultural technologies. Now, agricultural technologies की जब हम बात करते हैं, तो when agriculture is considered, it is in priority everywhere. So, the first technology we get to know is furrows at right angle. There were right angle furrows. Okay, so this gives a view that एक जगह पे दो क्रॉप एक साथ उगाया जा सकता होगा. Okay, there could be some certain kind of things like this. When we talk about irrigation, there were good facilities of irrigation where water were made available. We can take the examples of canals, that is Dholavira, Gujarat. Okay, so these are the sites which gives us a kind of essence that agriculture was at a good level in those places. Cloud fields, Galibangan. Okay, so these were ऐसे place जिन पे evidences मिले. So these evidences can be used to take into consideration what could have happened. Okay, now when we talk about these places as agricultural units, now we need to consider the things that are there in the book in our mind so that we can write these small points, that is furrows at right angle, irrigation, canals, cloud fields, and their places, so that the answers which we write would be in a profound and good and perfect one. Okay. So now we move on. Mohenjo-daro, a planned urban center. So basically, this Mohenjo-daro was, before this, Harappa was the first site to be developed and found evidences of. And when we talk about the planned center, it was really a very good planning of centers. How there were Citadel and Lower Town. Now, what is this Citadel and Lower Town? Basically, Citadel was, it was built on a very high platform. Okay, मतलब एक ऊपर जगह पे बनाया जाता था. Okay, built on mud brick platform. Okay, and this citadel was made away from the lower town by a wall. Okay, एक wall बना के इन लोगों को अलग कर दिया जाता था. So basically, you need to remember that Citadel was a kind of a place which was at a higher position, and Lower Town this was at a kind of a lower position. Though both had buildings, but this was at a higher place. Okay, एक ऊपर जगह पे बनाया जाता था. And when we talk about the lower towns, this was as a kind of a foundation present, and there were buildings even there also. But these were in a lower space. So with this, I sign off. So we'll meet again in the next part where we'll be discussing the rest of the features that were evident and founded off by the archaeologist. So thank you everyone.